will say,
it's just annoying. Well, the accounts.
I came back fine from Brisbane, right? I don't think it has any relation at all because that's not how food stomach things work. But so I went back to work Thursday. I think about halfway through my shift on Thursday, I was like, oh God. Went to the bathroom, 40 minutes I was on toilet. Right? And look, I'm going to try and go into
iced coffee or?
I fucking don't know. No, that's what I thought. I'm like, I have had real milk is what.
You accidentally ate a pizza in your sleep? Or?
I fucking maybe. I'm thinking it's milk at the time, right? Is why I've done this. But like it was worse than that. Like I was sweating so much. I sitting on the toilet took my work shirt off because I was like fucking like drenched in sweat, right? Anyway, I'm pretty sure I had food poisoning because I ended up taking the next day off. I was up all night, like fucking. Anyway, I don't think that's related to Brisbane, but I'm blaming you anyway.
Sure, the you know, you commonly hear about the 3 day delayed.
I assume it was I'm assuming maybe if I ate something over there and then because I came back and went through the time portal backwards, that like the delay.
You didn't go backwards though. When you went the time portal,
went forwards.
Yeah.
So really, you should have come.
So that's even less.
But then I jumped ahead of my stomach, and my stomach got left behind. And then by the time it like caught up to me because of the time,
I don't. You know what? I feel like I should help Ash defend Brisbane.
I love that the idea that someone's clicked on this episode because they saw the title of what the subject matter is going to be. This is
a wild way of the list of things I thought we would be talking about on this episode. Dylan spending 45 minutes on the toilet, not an opening.
I just wanted to cover because it's been a big part of my last couple of days. Like I had to take a day off sick straight away, and then of course like it was like, oh yeah, of course you need a day off sick, Dylan. Like you're doing the whole like add extra sick days after coming. I'm like, no.
Did you not notice I was missing for 45 minutes yesterday?
Yeah, I was dead. Like I was dead. I was anyway. Did you get major FOMO when we was at AEW?
100%. Yeah. No, 100%.
At some point we were out drinking. We spent the weekend also with
Ryan Betson.
We spent the whole entire time with Mr. Ryan Betson as well. Also, he was staying at Buddy's along with me, right? And at some point, what night was it? The last night, right? At some point when we was out there, and he's like, "Why isn't Ciaran here?" And I'm like, I can't remember what he said. I was like, I'm pretty sure Ciaran just said he didn't have the money or something like that. And then Brian's like, oh, he's probably going to be annoyed. I'm like, oh no, Ciaran's totally got FOMO by now. I was like, trust me, he's at home like, good God, have I got FOMO?
He said he was going to be annoyed when we told Ciaran that Ryan came up on a media pass that he got like a couple of days before.
Yeah, he was like, don't tell Ciaran that I wasn't even planning on coming until like 48 hours before, and then got.
The thing is, I wouldn't be in the position to be able to do that. And like the thing is, I think the decision.
Apparently, the barrier to entry was very low.
Apparently, the barrier is pretty low.
Oh, okay. As in, I think the decision, if I remember rightly, was between a Steam Deck or this.
Okay, that was. All I remember it being like. You was
I think I was like. I think it's a thing where I'm like, I'll go next year. Like next year is like it sucks because like the card was fucking awesome. You know what? The biggest thing that made me like have the biggest FOMO was nothing to do with you fucks. Was nothing to do with your like the best, like how good your seats were. Nothing to do with that. It was watching the moment of Edge's entrance.
Oh, so good.
And being like, I've just missed history. Who? Oh, fucking Adam Copeland or Cope or whatever we want to refer to, the Red Dart Superstar. Like watching his entrance and then being like, fuck, I've just missed history, right? Like I am very, one of the things I look back of, even though I didn't love going to the WWE event at the MCG, I didn't think my seats would do great. It was like the arena was too big for the event. But the main reason I spent the money on going was so I could see The Undertaker. And that's what I got to do because my big thing was going to see The Undertaker, especially I didn't even care about seeing him wrestle. It was the entrance. It was just the entrance. I wanted to be there for the entrance. I wanted to sit and be a part of that atmosphere.
You want to,
Yeah, I want to be part of that, and I was, and I'm very happy with that. But then, to see Cope's entrance, to see the singing afterwards, I'm like, oh fuck, I've missed what is a piece of history. Like that is wrestling history and wrestling legend now. So that sucks, but it's one of those things where I'm very happy for you guys, and I'm definitely I'll definitely be there next year. Not just for missing out on the wrestling, but hanging out with you guys and hanging out with Buddy and visiting Brisbane. And
well, we don't know if it's in Brisbane next year. Is all I'm going to say.
That's the thing.
We don't actually know.
We don't know where it's going to be, but
we could be saying Shep.
Doubt it.
Imagine Shep Showgrounds,
Shep Stadium, or the Shep Showgrounds. Yeah. Just no, I doubt
so
that.
random.
I doubt that'd be fucking random and shit.
Maybe they'll fill it.
I mean, let's to get the best thing out of the way. Ash, do you feel like we got fucked? Like that's the narrative, the AEW fuck the fans, you know what I mean? Like whatever that narrative everyone had going about the change of stadium show thing.
I don't know. I feel like our seats would have been the same quality no matter where we.
I think your seats got better.
Yeah, maybe.
I think personally speaking, from the viewpoint on TV, you guys were there for all the show. I'm
pretty sure we were those similar seats at Suncorp. So.
It would have been harder to see though, right?
Yeah, maybe.
It would have been.
Well, the camera is going to be that perspective, that thing. So, I think maybe people further back maybe feel like they got. But then at Suncorp, they would have been further back, even more further back.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. So, because it's, the atmosphere inside there was really good. Clearly they sold a lot of seats in there. It was pretty full. So I don't know. I don't know if you can compare the two. Obviously, in my mind, the cost of renting out the entertainment center is probably cheaper than the cost of renting out Suncorp Stadium. So thus, maybe if you were to break down the costs of bringing everything across for the show, maybe we would, done it a little bit, but it's
third highest earning AEW events, probably because they fucking.
Yeah, when they say that, they're just like, maybe we did get a little bit screwed.
Yeah.
But the thing is
overcharged a little bit, yeah.
But the thing of it is, I always think it's hard to understand this watching it because it looks massive. The American stadiums are actually fairly small.
Well, the Dynamite this week was in a smaller smaller area than that. Yeah.
Even the stadiums that WWE go to are smaller than our standard arena, our standard stadiums, and what I think it's.
Yeah, it depends on what you consider standard stadium.
I think 13,000.
When your most frequent stadium is the MCG.
Stadium, that's the thing, right? My frequent stadium is the MCG. I went to events multiple times last year with 90,000 people there for a singular random ass footy match.
I think 13,000 is more than your average wrestling show. That's high.
Yeah, but I think the thing is most arenas / stadiums are bigger than that in Australia.
Yeah.
I think on even if they did it, say they didn't aim for Marvel, but they didn't aim for MCG, or they went to Marvel or Suncorp. Yeah, or even Rod Laver. I think Rod Laver is bigger than that. It's yeah, I think no matter what, it was always going to be a bigger event.
What I was thinking, I was like, if they did Melbourne next year, which is always an option, they don't have to do Brisbane again. If they did Melbourne, it would sort of be make sense. They could they'll do Rod Laver there. It fits the Grand Slam theme more because it's the tennis. So, yeah. So.
Rod Laver's 14,820. It says capacity. But you'd add seats on the floor, so
they know they could comfortably fill that based on this year. So I think that would be fine. I feel totally fine. I have absolutely no negatives about the show, about the ticket.
Also, that we bought the ticket so long ago, I forgot how much we paid.
Yeah, and honestly, I have no regrets about that. I would spend more again next year. I've already said when the tickets go up again, I'm fighting for Barricade again. I want to be Barricade. That's my when they announce it and our group chat opens and we're going to do the round of who's up for spending that amount of money. That's what I want. I want Barricade. I want to get punched in the face by someone. You know what I mean?
Do you want somebody to get thrown over the?
I want someone to get thrown into me.
Get thrown into you. Yeah.
I'm not here to fuck around, guys.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm here to yell at people. I'm here to scream at people. Mox walks behind me. I tell him he's an absolute fucking loser and give him the finger. I need to be yelling at more people. That's what I'm there for. I'm here to yell at people and get people thrown into me. What's the point of going to these shows if I can't do that? Is what I'm going to say. What's the point of life?
I will say, comparing it to the I guess for me, the one WWE show that I went to here, that was again what was equivalent to a pay-per-view, I guess, technically a bigger event. Nothing of importance happened at my WWE show. You know, like the Daniel Bryan. I've talked about it. It was like
You talked about it and said it was
I've talked about it like the Daniel Bryan versus the Miz was like 30 seconds and done. The only like important title change was the Buddy Matthews like winning the title there, but other than that, it was a glorified house show.
Yeah.
Whereas for your AEW was like a show of importance. Like Grand Slam was
the good thing about AEW, I guess, is they don't do because everything's like canon and everything's like whatever, like everything's semi-important. They don't do like shit shows, if that makes sense. You know, like they don't do house shows. They don't do.
That's fair.
They're not going to like announce a show for Australia and have it just be like a bunch of shit that's not aired. Like it's always going to be either a Grand Slam event or a TV show or a pay-per-view. Like there's not going to be it's a nothing show. I feel, you know, that's the one positive about it. The only thing, I will get this anyway. The only negative I would say for the whole thing is they completely this is the thing that made the rounds, I think. They completely underestimated how much people would want to buy merch. And that shit was just sold out in a heartbeat. Like, gone. Everything sold out. Like, I was like, come on, guys, what are you doing? Maybe they didn't. Maybe they were treating it like a normal AEW show, not taking into account the amount of people that, like, whenever we buy stuff, we do it bulk because of the postage and stuff. And how many people haven't brought stuff because of the postage and stuff? And maybe they hadn't thought about that properly. The fact that more people would be wanting to buy merch without having to deal with the postage costs for the first time.
And didn't they only have one merch shop stall?
It's just one stall.
Just one? Yeah.
One stall inside, yeah. That I'm assuming they assumed, the people just pick up like one or two things each.
Yeah. No, people were trying to buy one of everything, I think. So
I think so, especially like the VIP people who got in early. So, you know, disappointing. The lineup was crazy, so we didn't end up even trying. So
I wouldn't like over 10,000 people plus trying to get to one stall. Fuck that.
No.
Yeah, and we got there reasonably early, so it was still
massive,
like, massive line. Yeah,
I mean, I would have brought that. I would have brought the Bruv jersey if that was an option. I would have brought that, but
they made a mistake of not having the green one there, though.
Yeah, I would have brought the Tony
figure
that they had there early. It's not out yet. Or whatever. Would have brought that, but yeah, I mean,
the wrestling buddy one, was that what it was? Like the
no, it's a proper action figure.
No,
it's probably actual. Okay, fair enough.
It was a proper one. I would have brought those two things. Maybe something else. I don't know. But also, I was like, "There's no way in hell I'm lining up for that." I mean, we saw people line up just to get a hat. Is that what Michael got?
Yeah, Mikey only got like a hat, a bucket hat, I think. Yeah.
So
desperately underestimated, you know, or you know, you could easily. I mean, you know, it's not like you couldn't have taken it home with you if you didn't sell enough, you know.
No. I will say for Ciaran, so they filmed the Ring of Honor show first. So they did.
Because you got the Ring of Honor show, the Grand Slam event, and also you got a Collision.
No.
I thought they did the
Collision
big bill.
They aired Grand Slam on Collision.
No, because I thought didn't you have the big bill match? Because that wasn't on Grand Slam.
Was Ring of Honor.
Oh, Ring of Honor. Because I thought it was
the Jericho
Collision.
Big Bill and
I thought that was a Collision match.
Well, maybe no, that was Ring of Honor. They probably just aired it during Collision. Yeah.
So they filmed all that first. That was for Ring of Honor.
Which now makes sense because that set up the Dynamite match later.
Later. Yeah. It was Ring of Honor something something
Global Wars.
Global Wars. They brought back a old title that they hadn't been using for Ring of Honor for a while. So I mean, I know it's only Ring of Honor, but again, I was like, it's kind of cool that like the first time they're using this in like 5-6 years, or however long it was in Australia. If they continue to use it, it's like it got rebooted in Australia, which is cool. That was really good. Yeah, the first match we watched was Ring of Honor, was the Jericho Big Bill, that whole match, which was very funny because like then it's funny to look on Twitter and see like wrestling marks, wrestling media like reporting stuff, because like as a check and then just see people like Sean Ross Sapp and all these other people being like, reports are saying that Big Bill is really over in Australia, and it's like, yeah, he was for some reason. I had no idea, but I was like, It was like someone. It's spread. It's like we all love Bill apparently, and there's like Bill. You know, like I don't know why we love Bill, but Bill.
It's interesting being at a wrestling show and what chants kind of take over and which ones don't.
Yeah.
It is very sad to hear the ones that just die on the van. Fine, you know.
You hear some people be like, da, da, and it's like, no, we're not doing that.
We're too tired.
That one.
Yeah. Also, like it's interesting, like watching some of the show back and like they've tuned out some of the chants.
Rip her tits off. That was a chant for several times.
No, specifically the you sick fuck to Mercedes later when she's fighting Harley. So, you know, and there was some good screams from the audience. You know,
there was also everyone yelling at
Nigel.
Nigel. Like that wasn't as loud on the actual show as it was. Although they react to it, and you hear the commentators. I can't remember who's with Nigel being like, "I hear they're saying something about you, Nigel." Whatever he says, he's like, "Yeah, these losers, whatever." It's like everyone's just yelling at Nigel's a wanker at him like several times. You look over the commentary desk, and Nigel McGuinness is just like, "The fuck, guys!" And then like every time like Mariah would like go over or something, you'd see like Nigel react to the desk and be like this, even though the camera wasn't on him, whatever. And then people in the audience would be yelling like, "Get over it, Nigel!" Like there are some like fun things you get to like see and witness, I guess. The camera's not on people, which is good. Yeah. I mean, obviously seeing Kenny Omega go live is my
Well, that's the thing, right? You guys, like Dylan, I'm surprised you made it through the rest of the show because it opened with
because we didn't know how. We got through Ring of Honor, right? Then Tony Khan comes out, everyone boos him, very funny. Then,
and again, like everybody got really upset about that, but that's how Australians react to any like head authority figure.
Yeah,
Prime Minister gets shown at any football game. He gets booed.
Yeah, Tony Khan comes out, everyone boos him. He's like, blah blah blah, great show. And I was like, I wonder what they'll start the show with. And then it's like we realize it's going to be that match. I'm like, fuck, I get to see Kenny first. Like, yeah, hell yeah, let's go.
Well, this is the thing, and even like that was probably one of the other moments I was like, I've decided, and I don't know why. I think my current
match, Meltzer said as well.
Like my current modern day, and I think I've said this before on this show or something to you guys. Like, entrances are my shit. When it comes to wrestling, I don't know what it is. Like
we couldn't see the entrances, so that's fine.
No, yeah.
Yeah, but no, but I mean like the entire thing, like the music, the fucking, and that's the thing. When we compare it to modern day WWE, fucking AEW wrestling theme shit all over WWE currently because they're, and like, so my current favorite wrestling theme in the wrestling entrance is Will Ospreay's. Because it has everything. It has a fucking fire track. Like it has a great, you know who it is. Ospreay has that aura to him when he comes in. Him yelling.
It's the same New Japan theme. It's not like they.
Yeah, it's the same New Japan thing, but like it is him yelling.
Adapted to it. Yeah.
Like him, yelling the particular line and then going into the Ospreay. Like that's just fire, and that's as you watch it and you go, fuck, that would have been.
Yeah, it was really loud.
Amazing to be part of. Yeah, that would have been amazing to be a part of. So, yeah, I did have fun, mate. Fuck you guys. I'm glad it was a good show, though.
It was really good. Like, also, like him, like he does his theme, it's all that sort of good. And then obviously, like watching it back, you see the cameras like flicked over the Kenny's entrance, but you get to see Will Ospreay like in the stadium, be like, leading Kenny in and stuff, which is good and all that. Yeah, that match was obviously fucking a banger. I don't feel like they gave us a subpar.
They did not phone it in.
They did not phone it in. I feel like we got.
No, that was a solid 17 minutes of like really good wrestling.
Really good Kenny and stuff like that. Yep. Also, my favorite moment for that is just when Kyle Fletcher tries to get the whole place to shush and everyone's just collectively chanting that Kyle's a wanker over and over again. You can't really tell on the thing what everyone's chanting because it's hard to hear, but we were all chanting Kyle.
I did see some,
and he keeps trying to like shush and then spits it, gets out of the stadium, and then like gets out of the ring.
I did see some kind of rhetoric about, and this was from like old school wrestling fans or wrestling like commentators, that Tony Khan broke one of the oldest rules in wrestling, which is you always kind of if somebody's in their
place.
hometown or in their home, you
Well, that's
make
what
them.
that fucking. I can't remember who it was. Was it one of the?
I want them busted open.
The busted open,
Busted
yeah.
The
open,
busted open,
which was
guy.
the funniest thing ever. I saw someone cut the clip together with him
Yeah.
losing his mind a couple days before, being like, "You idiots! What are you doing, Tony Khan? You fucking loser!" And then someone like cut it with a clip of like him coming out, just all of us. I think I like talked about it to we went out for lunch or whatever. The next day I was talking about it with Ash and Buddy, and I think Ash just put it right. He's like, Australians happily boo their own. That's
Yeah.
like it's like yeah. But I even said going into the show,
And also, he's up against Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay.
yeah,
The
going
two
into the
most
show,
over babyfaces.
I feel like everyone knew what it was. I was like, okay, so every Australian's getting cheered from me apart from Kyle. Like as soon as I sat down, I'm like, I know who. No offense, Kyle, but like you're a fuckhead currently. Like we don't like. Like we're gonna happily boo.
We're currently ashamed of you. Yeah.
Yeah, like and then every other Australian got very, like Mercedes got booed to fuck. Like it was even again, like you can hear it on the episode, like she's getting booed. It was loud, like it was like Mercedes, you do not belong here currently. Like you are not the. It's good stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's breaking any rules. I think it's just having trust that the fans will do the right thing or not. Thing. And it's like, well, Kyle Fletcher's a fucking massive heel right now. Why the fuck are we going to cheer for him? So who cares? All right, funny of it. I don't know. I'll cut to you because I'm sorry. Ash, other than the wrestling, there are a few funny stories that we have happen over the weekend. What one do you reckon we should tell Ciaran? What do we got?
Oh, I guess the one that immediately comes to mind is the trip back. Because, so the event's at the Brisbane Entertainment Centre, which is a good 20 minutes north of the city in the middle of nowhere. Because that's how things used to be. It's like, let's put an entertainment place in the suburbs away from everything. Because that's a good idea. So Buddy's like, parking's going to be a real pain. So let's just like Uber over. So from the city, Betson did not want to take
we drove
into the city. Into the valley for people in Brisbane who know. Yeah. Because we spent like the first a couple of hours over at Netherworld, partying and getting pre-drinks and that kind of stuff. We could have easily just taken the train.
And
Betson does not want to take the train.
Yeah.
He does not want to wait.
Public transport, apparently.
He hates public transport. He hates waiting. He doesn't want to miss the train.
Victoria hates public transport. I don't know.
Yes. So we take an Uber to a tavern nearby because we're going to go see one of Betson's friends.
Yeah, one of his. He also commentates this too.
Yeah, he commentates. He's one of the few commentators in the Melbourne wrestling scene.
I'm at said bar. Yeah.
Yes, we go there. I noticed it at the front. They're advertising. Hey, it's pinup girls from like till 3 o'clock. No, from 3 to 4 or something.
Yeah. We joke about the sign.
It's like, that's funny. We walk inside. We see his mate, and it's like really weird. There's this one waitress who's going around with in like a very very short skirt and like on rollerblades.
Okay.
And she comes up. Apparently, she was selling raffle tickets for like the meat tray.
Meat tray.
Classic.
Which Beth's friend did not win, unfortunately, and that would have been interesting to see how he handled taking the meat tray to AEW. But she comes out round later and is, getting
roll skates. She skates.
She skates over. She's got a jar of money that she's trying to raise. We have a bit of a chit chat. She's going to some event in
Melbourne,
some bush doof thing.
Yep.
Yes. So we're like, what are you raising money?
I just want to clarify. That other guy, Betson's friend's talking to her for ages. You can tell Buddy, because I was sitting next to Buddy, you can tell Buddy's just like, shut the fuck up. I'm sick of this girl being here. Because I see him just go, like, head down. I'm like, I can tell Buddy's like, just fuck off.
So he's like, what are you raising money for? And she went, it's tips for tits. If we raise enough money, I'll take my top off for the last hour. And I'm here.
Yeah. Mm.
So we all burst out laughing because it is.
As soon as she said tips for tits, very funny.
Just out of nowhere, not expected.
You see that so casual.
Yeah. So Brian's mate gave $5.
Yeah,
Got
the
a
rest of
kiss
us
on the
chose
cheek.
to keep our money.
Yeah. We're like, no, we're good. We don't know like how much longer we're going to be here. But yeah.
No, hold on, I just want to point out, she then goes to the table over. A woman donates like $25. She then yells back and says, "Hey boys," and we all look over and she goes, "Just want to know this woman's supporting woman. She donated more than all of yous." So then I felt kind of bad, you know.
No, that's not feel bad. I'd be like doubling down. Like you don't like this. I have so many issues.
We'll keep going. There's more to Ash hasn't finished the story yet because she does get her tits out.
She does. I don't know what else to say about that.
At some point, we're sitting at a table. We look over and go,
"Oh,
I guess tips for tips at tits
works.
is a success." And it is the kind of clientele. Like there was an older
male.
It was older.
It was that old tavern, sports club.
Yeah, they're at their knees, fucking dribbling. You know.
Yep.
That's what we're doing. One dude's missing his fucking leg, comes out to fucking smoke. It's like old mate fucking from Forrest Gump. So that was pretty funny.
Yes. So then we take another Uber to the entertainment center.
Chastity. No. Something like that was her name.
No, I don't think we got her name. We just assumed what her name was. Apologies if you're listening,
Yeah, she could be listening. It's true.
Yeah, so then we take the Uber to the entertainment center. Have a great night. We're going back. So we're leaving. Everybody's kind of leaving at the same time. And Buddy's like, "Hey,
There's
we need to."
no fucking chance you're getting an Uber. Sorry, just to Buddy and probably like jump over the story. There's no fucking hope in hell you're getting an Uber at this point.
You might be correct.
Buddy's like, "Hey, we need to get out onto the main road because then someone will come and pick us up." I would also like to point out at this point in the story, because of the seats that we got,
we got
to keep the chairs.
No, we got to keep the chairs. So we're carrying chairs.
And I think we ended up walking 3 to 5 kilometers. Maybe 10. I wasn't keeping track.
I would like to point out the chairs became very handy.
I was going to say, at least you had somewhere to sit.
They were both a burden and a relief. Yeah, I think the show ended at like 10 o'clock? No, 10:30?
Maybe 10:30, 11.
We did not get an Uber till like 11:30.
By the time we got back to Buddy's, it was 1 p.m.
Yes, that's right.
1 a.m.
Yes.
1 a.m., sorry. 1 a.m.
Yep.
1 a.m.
We did stop for Gatorade or something at some point.
Yes, we did.
And we got the craziest Uber driver on the way back.
We did have a crazy Uber driver who may or may not be racist, who was going very, very fast. Wanted to show off how fast he was
definitely racist.
Did not like the Indian taxi drivers.
Yeah. No one said anything about them, but he decided to bring them up.
He'll bring them up. Yeah, I can. Yep, I can. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
funny.
anybody. You just take the train. Because, yes, you don't like waiting, but you're probably going to get there quicker than you're fucking waiting for an Uber when half of 10,000 plus people are probably also, a good portion of them are also waiting for Ubers at the same time.
Oh, yeah, there was a lot of people walking.
Well, the funniest thing is once we walked 5Ks to whatever suburb we ended up in, as we're walking around the corner, there's just 5-6 other people standing around chairs as well. I'm like, I got the Uber. These people
We're all
idiots.
idiots.
Right too.
Fucking idiots. Oh, my goodness.
So good. Yeah.
The dumb thing is we could have just walked to the train station and we probably could have got an Uber from the train station.
We 100% should just, yeah. In retrospect. It was funny. I was just I was zoned out by the time. Like I was walking, no one's talking, everyone's just walking. I just zoned out. At some point, you stopped. Like, fuck knows.
I mean, it did help to get remove the get sober, remove the adrenaline high that we had just experienced. It helped with that.
I definitely by the time we got back, I was like, I drank a lot at that stadium, and now I don't feel like I drank anything. So
it would. And that show takes a lot out of you because,
yeah, it's a lot of yelling, yeah.
A lot of yelling, a lot of going up and down, a lot of clapping.
Yeah. Actually, I was talking about, like that, it's 3 hours of just yelling and clapping. It's so fucking exhausting, eh?
So, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I mean, you sort of got the best story of to be honest, that whole event was quite fun.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about your the first night you were there? Joe, we're chilling out.
This show can not only go so far, right?
Oh my god!
I will say that the first night we get to Buddy's place and we went and had dinner. What did we get that night?
GYG.
Yeah. So we have some food there. Actually, you know what? Funny story about that. We fucking yeah, motherfucker. We line up. Me, Buddy, Ryan, all order at the counter. Ash goes, I'll smart system. While we're lining up, I'm going to order for fucking click and collect. He goes, this will be faster. We all go, no, it won't. Don't be an idiot. He's like, I'm going to do it anyway. So anyway, we all order. We're sitting down at the table outside. All our food comes out. Look over. Where's Ash? Oh, Ash is still fucking waiting. 10 minutes pass. Where's Ash? Ash is still fucking waiting. Oh, yeah, it'll be so much fun to do fucking click and collect.
Incredibly unlucky that the girl first day didn't know what she was doing and didn't say anything for like a good 10 minutes. Didn't ask for help for anybody. You know, she's just standing there like, what the fuck is happening? I don't know. What are all the stickers for?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. So we do that. I don't know. We go back to Buddy's. We play some Skull, which is fun. Played that last time a couple of years back when I was at Buddy's. Pretty easy tabletop game. After which point the night becomes a blur, and I may have been very inebriated of the manners. I feel like that's a safe way to put it, Ash.
There was a substance taken for medicinal reasons by a certain member of the group.
You know what? Now I'm even more annoyed that I wasn't there. What the fuck? This is something I would have.
Yeah, it turns out that the government gives you the hard stuff. Something that one person told another, but did not tell Dylan before he took his share.
Yeah, it was pretty fucked. And I fully admit it. Next morning, I was like, "Who?" Fucking hell. Yeah, had some good times. I mean, and then we did wrestling, and then the last night was pretty fun. I mean, I was surprised how long Ash lasted. I think it was like, so we slept in, whatever, come over, we head into town, and then like we go to the. What's that building called, Ash?
The Star, which may or may not still be in business by the time this goes up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I like how everyone that lives in Brisbane, Ash, Buddy, everyone's like, so we're going to go to the top of that building, new casino anyway, it's going out of business. So we'll go up there before it shuts down. I'm like, it's fucking story that everyone's having. It's like, it's all over the news. It's all here. Anyway, so we go up there, got some good pictures, post them on my Instagram, check them out. Very, very, very nice view up there. So we have a couple of drinks up there. As we're leaving there, Ash looks dead. I'm like, I don't know how he's going to survive. The rest of our evening, whatever we're choosing to do. I was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. We then go to some brewery. I can't remember where. And at which point, I think Ash's second gear picked in at some point here because I drank my beer first. I'm like, I'm good. But he's like, finishes his. I look over, Ash hasn't touched his at all. Like, it is up to the top. He's been watching, I don't know, he has his headphones in. I assume he's watching like sports clips or something like he does throughout the day. He's got to catch up on the sports he's missing. It's a known, I know this about Ash. I just, I know if I hang out with Ash during the day, especially on the weekends, at some point he will have to watch the sports clip. So I assume that's what he's doing. Beer's full, hasn't touched us. 10 minutes. We're waiting for Ryan to show up because Ryan went to a different wrestling show that day. Out in Whoop Whoop. I have no idea why. Anyway, it was in a shed. Apparently, it was hot as fuck.
It was terrible. Not very good.
But good for him. So then
there was an industrial. If you see clips, there's an industrial fan going.
Yeah, it's blowing the ring.
It's blowing the ring apron.
Yeah, good shit. So
good stuff.
Ryan catches up with us as Ryan's in there. I look over. Ash's beer that had been full for like 10 minutes is just gone. I'm like. Like it went from.
I did need to go to the bathroom, so I figured I better just skull this because
it just went from here to here. Like I was like,
"Let's skull it before I empty the tank."
Yeah,
come back. So then we head out. I don't know where we go after that. We go to
the Crowbar.
We go to Crowbar.
Go visit the Crowbar in Brisbane.
But after that point, Ash is back. I'm like, okay, Ash's second gear must have picked him when he sculled that beer, I guess, at some point. Because prior to that, I'm like, he's complaining about being tired, not getting enough sleep, which is fair. We got back at home at 1 o'clock the next day or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I still woke up at fucking 8 o'clock or something fucking body clock's dumb. So we drink at the Crowbar and I honestly, I don't remember. After this point, I lose track of time a bit. We sat there, we drank a lot.
We just sat there for maybe 3-4 hours.
We were there for a while. Yeah. We were one of 3 people in there.
Yeah. Sunday nights, not super busy.
Yeah, buddies of a friend named Dylan turns up, so he joins us as well.
Mhm.
We all just drink. I don't know. I drank a lot. Then we go to a cocktail bar that was hidden. You would never know it was there unless you know it's there. It's like a fucking red door. There's someone standing guard in front. You'd assume it's just people leaning
Hole in
against
a
the wall.
wall. Nice.
No, there's security guards. Who'd have fucking thought? Going there, that place was fun. I don't know. We're there for. Apparently, we were stopping in for a minute before going back to Buddies. I'm pretty sure we were there for 2 hours.
Yes.
Like, I don't know what the fuck happened to. Let's stop here and get one drink. 2 hours later, we're still there talking about.
Well, you ordered another beer. That's what happened.
Well, yeah, I wasn't just gonna fucking sit there. It was good beer. It was really good beer. I remember just thinking that was a good fucking beer. Then after that point, we go get a carton. I can't remember what I got. Anyway, get carton. End up back at Buddies.
Mhm. Stonewood and something it was, which I'm pretty sure is the brewery that we went to.
Yeah, fuck it. It would all make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
At this point, Ryan outs. Ryan outs because he's like, I've got to go like a plane at 6 a.m. So it's like, fair enough, right? Night, man. At this point, it's like midnight anyway. It's like 12:30 or some shit like that. So good for bye, Ryan. See you later. I was like, good seeing you. Off you go. So Ash is around for a bit longer. We play. Do you remember what the board game was called?
Race to the. It was a Formula One themed.
It's a Formula One themed board game. It was pretty fun.
Oh, okay.
We were playing house rules though, which means because apparently what you do usually is there's like you draw cards and then the cards like you have to
which like you get like how many spaces you move and stuff like that?
So
kinda
you're betting, but there's certain lines on the track that you're betting to see which car will come 1st to that line.
Yeah.
But that's not going to work for Buddy, who's super competitive. He just wants to.
We're just racing.
We're just racing.
We're just racing. So we played that a couple times. I can't remember who won. It's fine. And then
clearly not you. Though.
I clearly remember. Yeah, I definitely.
Was it you?
I won the second one before I went home.
Who won the first one? The other Dylan.
I think it was the other Dylan because Buddy was not happy.
He was not happy. I'm talking about not happy. So then Ash leaves. Then they look over, and this is the thing. This is what I learned about this thing. What I learned is also Buddy and his childhood friend Dylan, very similar to one another. Is not that I didn't know this. I've been made aware of this anyway. But at one point, Dylan looks over. He's like, "Do you want to play?" I can't remember the game. It's a PlayStation Formula One arcade racing game.
It's like Circuit Superstar.
Oh, it's that top down one the Buddy's like addicted to. You have to
pit and stuff. It's not top down. Oh, I think he can play it top down, but it's all normal racing, but it's still like arcade.
Okay.
He's played like 70 something hours. They're like, "Hey, do you want to play this?" And I was like, and because I think it was because by this point it's like 2:30, and I was like, "I'm good. Like, let's keep going." And then Buddy's like looks over. He's like, "That was a question to more so see if you're cool to keep going because we're going either way." I'm like, "No, I'm like, I'm cool." So we play that. Now, what I realized is that first they give me a handicap of 2 on this game because I haven't played it before. Now I kick their asses. They both proceed to get really annoyed. And Buddy's like telling it. This is the funniest part. So then Buddy's like going off at Overdale and being like, "What the fuck did you give me a handicap to?" I'm like, "Guys, I'm fine. I've got the by this point, all three of us are just drunk. Like, let's not like however much we've drank between 12 p.m. and now. Who knows? And then so then I'm like, okay, go back. Now, collectively, apparently, Buddy's the best at the game. So me and Overdale are allowed a handicap of 1. Like, that was the agreed thing, but Buddy's like played it the most, so he's allowed that. So then we go into it. And at this point, I was like, I did fucking lose a few, but I could tell any time that I beat any of them, it was driving them up the wall. And I also got to witness some really good gamer rage from Overdale. Like, there was a few times where I was just like trying not to laugh too much in case it would annoy him. There was a few times where he just fucking like threw the controller around. I was like, "I'm fucking out then." Because he'd flash his car into a wall or some shit like that and it would be wrecked. And I'll just be like, I'm like in first or some shit. I'm like, "I'm going to keep going. I want to fucking win." And the Buddy was like, "Come on, man. Like, you fucking, come on, man. Like, fucking, like fucking drunk trying to pick it. Yeah, just finish the fucking race, man. Just finish the fucking race." The fucking spies or whatever. Yeah, so I got to witness some good shit. I have no idea what time we finished playing. At some point, we all went to bed and it was the next day. That's it. That's how my trip ended in the sunny state of Brisbane. I don't know. I fucking woke up. I come downstairs at some point. Buddy's there. Kenny's there. Kenny the dog is there. Oliver Dillon's still asleep on the couch. I'm like, I don't fucking know what time we went to sleep. I have no idea how much sleep I got. But anyway, here we are. Yeah, good time. Good trip. My biggest complaint about the trip? It was too fucking hot. I have no idea how anyone lives there. It is ridiculous. Like, it is like you will walk outside, 15 minutes later, you're soaked. It's ridiculous. How anyone lives like that, like when you produce that much sweat, is just, I don't think it's safe. I don't think it's safe at all.
Just adapt.
You don't adapt because you're all complaining. Like, I packed a second shirt for that wrestling trip like I did because I spilled fucking alcohol over my seat, so I had to sit on that. But, you know.
That's right.
That is right, yeah. Which worked out very well. Also, my chair's still at Buddy's place because I was like, I don't know how.
I was going to ask what happened to it.
I was going to ask, did you just
that last morning, I was like looking up how to get home and I was like giving up. Eventually, I just went, hey, buddy, can
you just
ship
favor?
Can you just ship this to me?
He was like, you just want me to ship the chair, don't you? I'm like, yeah. It's a pretty cool chair, actually. So,
yeah.
Nice bit of old memorabilia there for you. But yeah, no. So that was the weekend in Briz that was. So, yeah. I wonder, do you remember, I was trying to figure out when they'll put the next tickets up and when they'll announce it. So they announced Grand Slam at All In, what the UK one, what the fuck's that called?
That was All Out, wasn't it?
All Out London, sorry. All Out London, yeah. They didn't say All Out, do you remember when that was? October-ish?
No, it was earlier, wasn't it? Well, which event did we watch at PAX? We watched no, it was on at PAX. That was October because we watched that at least the start of it in your hotel room after PAX.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Maybe
so
it'd be
October. So it was October, and I remember you guys would have had tickets. You had to buy tickets like November, December-ish.
Did we? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think if they keep the same schedule, then like if they now just trying to roughly keep in my head like, okay, so if they announce it around October, then we'll just have to, you know.
Well, it's already announced. It's just they haven't given it a date.
Well, they said they're coming, but I mean like is it another Grand Slam?
Mm-hmm.
What state is it? Like, you know, because at this stage, and this is the thing, right? To loop it back before we go record Arcade Couch, but they loop it back, right? If they do Brisbane and they don't do Suncorp, people take to the streets, I think.
Thing is, I don't think they can do Suncorp.
I think they could if they market it correctly. This is that we caught up with Benny. This is the other part. We caught up with Benny a lot before the show. Shout outs to X8-bit Benny. I don't know how else to. Show. But he was saying like the same thing where he's like he reckons it was just mostly marketing, and I would agree. Like I think they did a terrible job at marketing the show, and if they did that one event where they brought in fucking Big Show and Tony Storm and whatever, and they filmed that, but that was like at the very start of the year, January or whatever, last year, or whenever the fuck that was, I can't remember. And then they did nothing. They're like, nah, it's fine.
Well, I guess for them, it's
WWE marketed the living fuck out of their event. Like,
probably the problem was that they had like the London event, which was they opened tickets and then the whole 100,000 people stadium sold out instantly, and then they just maybe rest on their laurels a little bit too much for Australia.
Probably did rest on their laurels. They're like, oh, it's basically the same as the UK. Surely it'll work the same. But I'm hoping how successful the show was, plus with how good the audience was, that they take that as like we should foster that sort of thing. You know, like and even if like try and build it. So. All right.
I will point out we bought the tickets 29th of August.
Fucking hell.
So that was before PAX.
Fuck, I know. Yeah. So I didn't even know about the Steam Deck at the time. Maybe it was. I was like PAX, and then I can't.
Yeah, I remember. I'm pretty sure they announced it at All
In
London. The last show, which the one where the last show of CM Punk in AEW.
Sorry, we were watching Full Gear in October, weren't we?
Yeah, so we're probably just advertising it on that show. Remember, this is a thing. It's like, yeah, okay. You need to do more than that to market it.
It must have just been a random show, maybe. I don't know if there was a pay-per-view between in August last year.
Anyway, Thank you for listening, everyone. I think this nearly might be the longest episode of Between the Cushions. Anyway, good discussion. Had a lot of talk.
I will say, I don't know if it came across in the
This
telecast,
motherfucker.
but everybody was exhausted by the time the main event came around.
So there was definitely a lull in like it was the match. I can't remember. Was it Mercedes that followed the opener?
Yep.
Yeah, that was a lull after that, which was always going to happen. Like there were still people enjoying it, and it was a very different style match.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think people were. I think it was a bit up and down, but it was good.
Yep. Shout out to Luther.
Luther
Luther
doing
was
the God's work.
to keep the crowd up. He kept
he
was doing God's work.
And shout out to Okada for, I don't know if it came across, giving us the finger constantly on the other side of the camera, so.
Yeah. He's a real piece of shit.
A little bit of bitch.
He's a real piece of shit is what I found out. Yeah. Like, dude, anyway. Whatever.
And also shout out to the little kid behind us just was screaming that everybody was a wanker.
Yeah.
Like...
Also, shout out to that guy who kept standing the fuck up just to get yelled at by people to sit the fuck down. That was pretty funny.
Who Moxley stole his hat.
Yeah, Moxley. No, Wheeler Yuta stole his hat.
Yeah, sorry.
Wheeler Yuta stole his hat, took it all the way to the back, and then a security guard brought it back for him. So, yeah, shout out to Wheeler Yuta.
But that little kid, even calling the women's wrestlers wankers, which
yeah, that was quite good. And it would always be when there was silence. Like, everyone would be like, everyone stops chanting, and then the little kid's like, Mercedes, a wanker. Good. Proud dad, I'm sure. Proud dad.
Yeah. Mum's going to have to do some explaining.
Let's record Arcade Couch.